played all late.
Yeah, man. These COVID joints, man. These COVID scratches. I don't know, man. Like it make it hard to be consistent with your outlook. So look, fellas, we live, man. It's go ahead and jump into it. We week 17, the championship week for most leagues, and even though in our league, Jose fighting to try to jump 6 spots.
Yeah, I know. I'm just making moves right now.
Let's see if he can make up the 200-point difference between him and the elementary school kid that's kicking everybody's butt. But I don't know, man. Let's see if we make some sense of this week's fantasy slate, considering all things to be considered, whether it be COVID injuries and everything in between. Oh, and another thing, Gene, back to your point about the college football playoffs, where they basically was like, screw COVID testing. I pretty much think that's where most of the leagues getting ready to go between the NBA and NFL. They're getting ready to be like, look, if you don't have no symptoms, we ain't even testing.
Yeah, just keep playing. Yeah.
I mean, I think the world is already going that way, right? With the decree from 5 days. I mean, from 10 days to 5 days. And if you don't, and like they're telling you, if you don't have any symptoms, don't come in this joint. Like, don't come get tested here. It's too crowded.
No, it's definitely too crowded. That's for damn sure. I know that from experience. I spent 3.5 hours in a car waiting to get tested.
Yeah, they're like, if you're fully vaccinated and you ain't got no symptoms, Joe, don't even go get tested.
To me, I don't even know why you got to get tested because the doctors don't do nothing.
It's nothing. That's the other thing.
It ain't no medicine for you.
Right. No, that's the other thing. I was like, so y'all got anything? Like, nah, go ahead and sleep that off.
I guess it's just
go ahead and sleep that off.
It's just so you know not to go back out the house and not to be with anybody else.
Yeah, that's basically it. They test you to let you know whether or not you need to go in a solitary confinement or not.
Right.
It's pretty much gonna go back to, I think, just like how it was if you had a cold. It's like if you sick, don't come around nobody.
Yeah. Yep.
That's it.
All right, man. Let's get into it, man. So we got a full slate today, fellas. And so we got one Monday night game, but everything is Sunday slate. Let's get into player status as far as who's out this week. Dang, let me know if I'm off on this. Like I said, I've been in the fall last couple of days, but what I got so far, not expected to play. Cam Akers for the Rams. Looks like he
Cam Akers.
Yeah, he just came back.
Okay, I'm way off. Out all season, right?
Yeah, he was out all season.
Yeah.
That's what I'm sitting there thinking. I was like, how he show one of this? But then I got ankle injury to Lamar Jackson. He's not expected to play this week, so he's doubtful. They say he was absent from practice on Thursday and Friday. So look, I'm sitting there thinking like, dang, do I need to pick up Tyler Huntley? I picked up what's his name, Justin Fields in one league. James Crowder listed as questionable due to a calf injury for the Jets. Darius Slayton for the wide receiver for the Giants is listed as doubtful. I mean, pretty much they. Oh no, he actually placed on COVID reserve COVID-19 list. Let me see. It says somebody back to get their blinds together. Don't mute or nothing. Just go back and get your blinds. Go back and get your blinds together. No mute.
Gotta get the right lighting.
That was my gotta get the light right, yo. And my laptop ain't gonna be that loud. My laptop
Jerry Judy, he's on the COVID reserve list. He's been ruled out. Tim Patrick, wide receiver for the Broncos. COVID-19. Just crazy. And Jared Goff, quarterback for Detroit, is doubtful. Let's see, we got dealing with a knee injury, so he's doubtful. Next up, Kirk Cousins is out. He said he tested positive for COVID. Won't play Sunday night. It's the fact. Hey, doesn't AJ have Kirk Cousins?
Yep.
Oh yeah,
No,
Goff.
but he on the bench.
Who you got
Nah,
playing in
trust me,
front of Kirk Cousins? Oh, he got what's his name? Russell Wilson, don't he? Isn't that his backup?
Yep. You got Russell.
Nah, but it still hurt him because he was
Yeah.
playing Kirk Cousins and Russell Wilson at the same time.
Yep. He was giving them points. Mark Ingram II, not that it's too big of a deal, but he is unlikely to play due to a knee injury. This week ruled out Miles Sanders. Will not. It says they're not going to put him on injury reserve, but he been ruled off of week 17 and had a chance to play week 18 due to a hand. Was it a broken hand he had? Miles Sanders. James O'Shaughnessy, the Irishman himself, he's been ruled out due to a hip. And so he's going to play against the Patriots. I don't think Jacksonville got anybody playing this week. It's worthwhile. Nelson Aguilar is out. Receiver for the Patriots. Could not clear concussion protocol. Clyde Edwards-Helaire ruled out against the Bengals. Well, you kind of figured that he had that shoulder injury. And so it looked like Darrell Williams is going to take over the lead back. And which is fantastic considering I was holding on to him for a while. And it looked like his touches went down to basically like 1%. Man, this dude, Kadarius Toney, he's like one of the biggest fantasy one-hit wonders all year.
Yeah.
He came in.
And Yahoo keep having his points projected all high.
Right.
Every single week.
This man came in one game and dropped like a 200-yard burger and came back on the field after that for more than 6 plays a game.
I think it's more an indictment on the Giants than on him, yo. I feel like with receivers, you got to find a way to get on the ball.
Yeah, I'll say it didn't help because the quarterback been absent since this last thing he was back. He was playing with Jake Fromm and him. So he's ruled out shoulder. Teddy Bridgewater's out, concussion.
You said Antonio Gibson, right?
No, I haven't gotten to him yet. Let's see who I had up next. Traquan Smith ruled out for New Orleans receiver. He had dealing with a chest issue. Marquise Brown, he's gonna be a game time decision. And so you said I didn't see him on here, but you mentioned I did see Gibson.
He COVID list.
I think actually, matter of fact, I think I got an alert on my phone since he's on my roster. But for some reason he's not on this list. I don't know why. I'm flipping fantasy pros. Let's see. So question, we'll run through these last few questions. Game time decisions, Marquise Brown. Is a game time decision. And let me see what he's dealing with. He is dealing with Hollywood Brown. He is dealing with illness. At this point in time, you hear illness, you're like, yeah, he got COVID. There's consecutive days of practice. Then there's Cortland Sutton. He said he had COVID-19, cleared to travel with the team. With the expectation that he'll play Sunday versus Chargers. James Conner, the game time decision. And let's see, he says still missing practices. It does not say what his issue. Hill. Rondale Moore is also game time decision against the Cowboys this week. Man, so right now, DeAndre Hopkins is out. Like Christian Kirk and Zach Ertz will be the primary targets. And James Conn out. That's another weapon you'll be missing.
I'll take it.
The expected to play Jordan Howard, running back for Philly, Antonio Brown, Tampa Bay, Mike Evans is expected to play, Damian Harris, running back for New England, is expected to play, Jack Doyle, tight end for Indianapolis, Emmanuel Sanders, wide receiver for Buffalo, Elijah Mitchell, running back for San Francisco, is expected to play against the Texans, and Javonte Williams, running back for Denver, is expected to play, and Tyler Conklin, tight end for Minnesota, is expected to play as well. But going back to Gibson,
Patterson should be the backup, and the other guy.
Say it again, Jose.
I think Jamal Patterson or something like that. Patterson, he's supposed to be the backup, and then they had this other guy they picked up.
Yeah, this look like this is.
I gotta read you. I gotta. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
No, this is so Jared Patterson. That's the only person they mentioned is Jared Patterson as far as getting the bulk of carries this week. So.
Oh, Patterson, nice too. I might have to look at him. Let me write that down.
Playing against Philly, if they can muster up some type of offense, man.
Hold on. So you said Gibson is out?
Yeah.
Look at him, Chuck. Everybody chasing the weight wire right now.
Well, I grab my phone. Let me see what's going on.
I need to cut it out.
Yeah, can I?
Go ahead.
So,
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Other league I'm in, right? And this makes sense for y'all, the way y'all play with the points league, right? I need to read you this, and it's a 12-team league, right? Here go my man team: Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, Deontay Johnson, Jonathan Taylor, George Kittle, Tyler Lockett, Austin Eckler, Higgins, Elijah Mitchell, and Go Dirt.
Whoa, that is a squad.
That's the squad, right? 12 team. He's like probably 300 points behind the highest person, but the next highest person. But he lost last week. To
the top team never win them joints.
The dude
never win the joint.
Who he started?
This is Franz too. Franz. But,
Big Franz.
Yeah, Big Franz. Aaron Rodgers, C.D. Lamb, Metcalf, Foreman from Tennessee, Madison, Knox, Christian Kirk. That was the team. Philadelphia defense went off. But yeah, he lost. It came off his bye week. Everybody just knew he was gonna win it. Now,
man,
who he start?
You always lose off that bye week. You get a bye week in the playoffs.
Everybody did. Jonathan Taylor only got 10 points. Stafford only got 11 points.
Oh yeah.
He would have won, but he had his team so good that he had Higgins on the bench.
He went 43 points or something like that.
He went crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Higgins went off.
Hold up. So who did he have starting the receiver? With Higgins?
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp.
Okay.
Deontay Johnson and Tyler Lockett.
I would have benched Johnson.
Johnson or Lockett.
But Lockett didn't do anything.
I would have benched Lockett.
But
versus Chicago.
Yeah.
I mean, easy to play hindsight, but it's.
I mean, his team has probably been murdered. Yeah. Coming in real confident.
He ain't had to make no hard decisions all year.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got Cooper Kupp and Jonathan Taylor.
But like it's the way the world work. Like it's the majority of people are gonna play that way just because they you want to try to simulate real football. But it's just so random once you get to the playoffs. Whenever you play that way, like it's random. You got injuries, then you got people sit people because
Right.
they already
got
got
Austin
stuff
Eckler was
clinched.
hurt.
Yeah, because stuff clinched, and now you throw COVID into the mix now, and it's like a playoff.
So you basically got 16 weeks down the drain for nothing in your control. Mm-hmm.
A playoff fantasy, a fantasy league playoff is just random, Like it's not even the same team that you was dealing with when you won all them games.
I mean, when you look at the team, you just like, oh, he about to blow him out because that's what he been doing all season, blowing people out. I so bad for the guy.
That joint used to have all the time at JR League. I was like, son, never wanted that top spot. I remember Hutch
I hope he at least get third place. He gets something.
I remember Hutch used to have these nice seasons.
Yeah, he did.
Go out.
All
right, man. So yeah, man. I don't know. We run down the games this week, and who y'all basically. This week is, like I said, the championship week in most leagues, and so if you still playing at this point in time, you either playing for first place or you trying to position for that third place position, that third or fourth place game. And so from that standpoint, man, it's almost like that. You got to play those guys. And we had a discussion last week with Gene and Jose. Is what's your strategy come playoff time? Like, do you take any risks at all, or do you continue to play the team that pretty much got you there? Going into this game, like unless you forced to make a hard decision, do you make any changes at all based on your matchup? Like if you see a guy, and I'm asking you this of you turns because Jose and Gene kind of gave their take last week. Like, would you make any changes based on, or any waiver pickups based on who you playing against? Like, if your opponent looked like he had some sweet matchups, or do you just pick your best lineup that you had already? Out of the guys you had.
I always look at the opponent. I mean, I just do that. Mainly, I'm looking at like wide receiver and quarterback. Like if I got like a wide receiver for their quarterback, but I don't know if I make any decisions off of it. But I still look at it. But
okay.
Yeah, I still look at it. I don't know how many decisions I make off of it though. Now that you think about it, because I know I haven't did that all year. It hasn't came up. So.
Let's see. Oh, look. So speaking of one of the things we did last week, right? We looked at they said the teams with the highest players. Most teams, most of the playoff, high percentage of playoff teams, and of course they had like Cooper Kupp. How many did Purdy have on his team, Gene? Like two of the three, or three of the top five or something like that. When we looked at it, yeah, Kupp.
He had Lamar Jackson. He had Cooper Kupp. He had Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, so it was like three of the top five players that made up playoff teams. That dude had on the squad all year long. Like after week 3 or 4.
Yeah. And then it don't help that when Lamar Jackson went down, his quarterback came in next week and had like a top. He's had
the backup for Baltimore every week that Lamar Jackson has been out. I'm like, nobody know how to play defense. Nobody picking up any of these guys. Nobody's a quarterback. Huh?
I think he's so far gone that people have just been resigned to him winning. And actually, like I said, my pop said it best. He said it's better for him to get the top players than for the second or third place people to get the top players, because we can still get a second or third place prize. Might just let him go. Let him go.
Damn, I can't get this damn lead button hit fast enough. All right, so I've been trying to can't like be clicking the joint don't activate like that. Anyway, man. All right, so let's get this game. Giants versus the Chicago Bears. They got the over under 37 points. Good move. Bears favored by 6. It should be a pretty terrible game from the Giants' perspective. think it's
And I said Andy Dalton starting too.
for real.
Makes it even worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guess I could drop Justin Fields.
So look, I'm gonna say something too. Like I was doing dailies this morning, right? And I was looking at all the games. I was thinking like, dang, all these teams are playing up in the cold right now, cold and rain. I'm like, they're gonna really mess up the game plan. So I was like, man, let me look for players that played in dome. I started thinking about like this time of month.
Right.
I started thinking about, okay, where are they playing at? If they're playing like Jacksonville playing in New England, so I'm like, okay, that's cold, right? It might be snowing, it might be raining. Regardless, it's still gonna cold, right? So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go with running backs mostly this week. So I stacked up on a bunch of running backs on my flex and on my two running backs on teams that are running in cold weather. Like Rams are going to Baltimore, and it's going to be raining up here. I think. Nope, I guess not. But I thought it was going to be raining, so I picked up Sony Michelle because of that factor. I picked up Michael Carter because of New York going to play Tampa Bay. You know, I'm looking at running backs that's going to be playing in the cold, like Montgomery playing New York. Because when you said New York, I was thinking about, okay, Montgomery might go off on this game. I don't know if y'all do that when y'all around certain months start realize, okay, where they playing at factors in.
I definitely think that weather plays a factor in this time of year in the games that you're playing, especially if you get a team, you know, traveling a warm weather team traveling somewhere cold. I think it plays a part. What about you, Terrence? Do you consider it all on the from a daily standpoint?
Yeah. I mean, only when I look at weather, I think about raining. Like I don't really want any quarterbacks who got to play with it like a wet ball. Um, so I'm probably not going for the wide receivers. Uh, Actually, the crazy thing is, I heard that in with snow, it's easier for running backs because it's harder for defense to get traction.
Right.
Um, so they supposed to run better in the snow. But I don't know. I mean, I just heard that. So yeah, I think it plays a factor. Um, but I look at rain more. You know, I haven't really been looking at snow like that. I haven't really been seeing it. Or wind. Wind is bad. I don't look at wind, but I just think about that game with Josh Allen and
Oh yeah,
New England. They ain't throw the ball because it was so windy.
No, wind is definitely something you don't want. You know, if you get that crazy like wind gust, you don't want no parts of
Yeah.
the quarterback in those
Right.
games. Especially like if
So
as strong of an arm that Allen has, if he can't throw the ball in that joint, it's
this
like
is strange. One thing I used to look at when kickers was more important, like in daily, is I like kickers who got to kick at Mile High Stadium because
oh
I
yeah, because
always assumed
the
that.
ball travel further.
Right. So,
The
see, I used to
all
look
right,
at kickers who kick in domes. They kick farther.
yeah, yeah.
I figured they'd be more accurate in dome stadiums.
Mm-hmm.
The I'm not sure. I'm not sure if the numbers actually played it out or not. It'd be interesting to know though. I'm sure Turner's got that somewhere in one of their spreadsheets. Accuracy of kickers in dome stadiums. Yeah, well, that makes a difference or not. What was I say? Look, man. Other than with Justin Fields man out and don't playing, is anybody for this game that you playing? If you just, I guess Montgomery.
Yeah, Montgomery been on point lately.
Hey, Montgomery. But everybody else, anybody else you touching? Not if you're in the playoffs. Like not if you competing for anything. I can't imagine. All right, then we got Jacksonville versus New England. We got a 15.5 point favorite in the NFL, which is crazy. Over under is 41.5 points. Uh, and at this point in time, man, with James Robinson going out, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce Jacksonville's running back name. Dari Agumbawale.
Yeah, I know who you're talking. I know who you're talking
about. Right.
Is he worth is he worth a look going against the Patriots? Considering this Bill Belichick matched up against a rookie quarterback.
What's the weather like up there?
Let's see.
No,
I'm not sure what the weather's like.
New England.
They don't have nobody on Jacksonville team, so can't go in there. Let me see. I guess playing from.
It's gonna be 12 degrees. 20 game time 28 degrees. It's gonna be cold.
They don't bode well for Jacksonville.
Yeah, so and plus Belichick, man, defense, I think they're gonna come out trying to make a statement. They're trying to make the playoffs. I think it's gonna be like a 51 or 45 to like 7 type of game. I'm going with I picked up Jacoby Myers and Henry Hunter, and the running backs, Stevenson and Harris. Those are the guys I'm looking at.
So for New England, Damian Harris, he's getting the start this week. But Ramondre Stevenson should be back, so they're going to kind of shed a load a bit this week. He's definitely still playable, in particular half-point PPR formats. You mentioned Jacoby Myers, Mr. Floor himself. Like he ain't gonna give you no highs, but he definitely gonna give you a floor. That's for sure. Let's see. From a tight end perspective, Hunter Henry, he's a TD dependent boom or bust guy. Next up is another blowout, potential blowout. And I say that realizing that there's been some crazy upsets this year in the NFL. So if any of these things prove otherwise, I wouldn't be surprised. But you got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the New York Jets. Bucks are favored by 13. The over-under is 45.5 points, so it's a pretty decent point total from a fantasy perspective. I think it goes without saying that you're playing all your Bucks for the most part, right? Anybody disagree with that, especially Ronald Jones?
Is Evans playing?
Yeah, my understanding is he's playing. He's expected to play.
Yeah. Antonio Brown. Yeah, I get it.
Let's see. Jameson Crowder's doubtful. Elijah Moore, he's not playing. Braxton Berrios.
I got him and Michael Carter.
A doctor. It says, and Carter, he ran for 118 yards last week against the Jaguars. Not sure if he'll do that against Tampa Bay, but he definitely had an opportunity. Let's see. And from a tight end perspective, of course, you got Gronk, who you're playing. Anybody else from this game? That's interesting. All right, we got the next up is the Atlanta Falcons versus Buffalo Bills. Bills favorite, another 14.5 point heavy favorite.
They playing in Buffalo.
Yeah. So you got a dome team going up north. 44 points is the over under. And
it's snowing today.
Where?
It's snowing in Buffalo.
That's
yeah.
about right.
Maybe Michael Singletary, Patterson.
Man, Patterson.
Cordell Patterson.
Cordell Patterson, man, he's been struggling.
Yeah, he is.
He was definitely one of the guys that got me out of the basement this year. But the last couple weeks, man, he was struggling.
Yeah, that's one of the things they fired me up about last week or 2 weeks ago when he was gone. I was like, he was struggling. And I was like, They changed his position.
Mm-hmm.
I think Terrence and Jose threw rocks at me, yo. They threw stones at me.
For which one?
They was
Over there
like,
snitching.
nah, he still been killing. I was like, oh, I was like, you sure? I was like, I swear. Since they switched his positions, since he been
I
getting
wish
more.
you had your pad.
You
I
got a
wish you
roller
had your
footage,
pad.
man.
I wish you
No,
had
You
your
got a
pad,
roller
Terrence.
footage on that. I don't know about that.
They was like, they was
I
stoning
do
me,
not
right?
recall you saying nothing about Patterson.
They was stoning me. I was like, well, maybe I'm wrong. I was like, I thought to doubt myself. I was like, oh.
So to give you an idea, over the last 2 weeks, he's averaged 5.6 fantasy points. And they said over those two games, they said his change in usage goes back longer than these last 2 weeks. Though they said he hasn't been used as a pass catcher since the start of November. He said over his first 8 games, he averaged 6 targets, almost 5 receptions, and 57 and a half yards receiving. Right, and they say in the 6 games since, he's only averaged 3.2 targets, 2 receptions, and 10.7 receiving yards. So he's been, like Gene said, his position has changed where he's been used exclusively, almost as exclusively as a runner, and he's not even getting that many touches. So he has over the last 2 weeks, only 18 carries out of his 62 offensive snaps. So, and he's been outplayed in terms of snaps, Mike Davis, in 4 of the last 5 games. So I think that kind of proves Gene's point. His role has changed, and his usage has gone down.
I don't. I'm still thinking that he's going to go off this week. I don't. Man, I can't agree with you, Gene. I don't remember you saying that.
Okay, Patterson first. That's the first one. Patterson, go off.
So Gene,
Right. And when are they going to go back into the weeds on this one and be like, what does go on consist of, right?
Right. He's going
to 7, and then
he's going to
be like, yo, we only had 5 last week.
I mean, he's going to have at least 15 points.
15 points.
What's his over under?
This his budget is hold on a second. His projected points. So I gotta figure out where to look at it. Yeah. He is at looks like 11 points. Half PPR, he is at 11.3 points. Looks like.
Oh, okay.
So let's see. Yeah, that's he got 11.3 points. Look, that would be nice if we can get double digits because we're just struggling. All right, next up, man. Oh, I was getting ready to start to mention about me. I tried to play Russell Gage, thinking he was going to be a come up for me, and after averaging double-digit targets, he came in and gave me a donut. I'm like, I don't even know how that happens. How you So other than that, man. Oh, I got real cute too, and benched Stephon Diggs against was it the Patriots?
Yeah, the Patriots.
Yeah, and that didn't bode well for me. So lesson learned. Other than that, man, let's see. What's the next game? Come on, Peter. Yeah, I don't think he's playing. Dawson Knox is another boom bust touchdown dependent tight end. This should be a pretty good game. Kansas City Chiefs versus Cincinnati Bengals. Chiefs favored by 5. This game. Over under 51 points. So pretty good point total too. So it should be points of plenty in this game. Chiefs defense has been playing well, but it'd be interesting to see how they match up with, or how Cincinnati matches up with them, considering how much the weapons they have at receiver, and they got Joe Mixon in the back. I guess it's gonna come down to how well they can protect Joe Burrow. back there. It says because he let the Ravens up for 525 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Killed.
I was thinking about you last week. We was talking about that Ravens defense. You was like, how you got, I told you like how you know you was talking about you got to change the way you feel about the Ravens defense. Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Oh, you definitely got to change that.
It's officially changed now.
Like,
That's not the Ravens of my college years. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish I would have took my own advice because I think the dude who won $250,000 in a FanDuel.
He played every Cincinnati Bengal. I think.
Yeah.
really?
So,
No, Slim. I looked at the one dude, the dude that won the Yahoo joint. His Bama had Joe Burrow. He had T. Higgins. I think he had what's his name? What's the other receiver? Chase. He had Chase.
Oh, Chase. Okay.
And I think he had Mixon. Slim. Like I would never even think to do that. Like only way I can see that happening is
would you do it again? They playing Rams.
No, not against the Rams.
Yeah, not
what? No, I'm saying would you?
Rams are playing Baltimore.
Yeah.
Oh, I was about to say.
I'm sorry, my bad.
You would pick up Sony Michel. Would you do that with the Rams? Okay.
Yeah, Matt Stafford, Sony Michel, Cooper Kupp, and Beckham. I think I'm gonna try that.
Well, one thing you gotta look at too is last week it was so many. They had so many people out on COVID.
Right.
Like they pretty much was pulling people out the stands. It was
that's the one reason why I was definitely so confident on Higgins. I was like, there's no way that they can cover with all them.
I like Higgins. He's a bigger receiver. To me, he's just more like. I think I told Gene and last time. I think Higgins is more like Godwin, and Chase is more like
Evans. Vice versa. Was it vice versa?
No.
Higgins is more like Evans and Chase is more like Godwin.
No,
man. So
Higgins is more like Godwin.
All right, so look, we got a couple questions. That's how you know I'm rusty. From Chris Gross. I'm playing in the championship. Assuming both are healthy enough to play this week, who do you start a flex in a PPR league? Antonio Brown against the Jets or Elijah Smith against Houston?
Elijah Smith? You talking about Mitchell? I go Antonio Brown.
Yeah, I think it's Elijah. I think it's Elijah Mitchell is who he's speaking of. Who want to take that one? Who first?
I'm going Antonio Brown. Like I just feel like Antonio Brown been getting off the last couple of weeks, and this playoff time, this Tom Brady time, they play against the Jets. Jets is giving up a ton of passing yards over the last 3 or 4 weeks. I'm rolling with Antonio Brown all day.
What's your thoughts, Jose?
So I'm going with Antonio Brown. Just for, I think he's the receiver. Mike Evans is not 100%, so he's like the other good receiver. Elijah Mitchell. The reason why I'm not going with Elijah Mitchell, which I like Elijah Mitchell, you still got Jeff Wilson coming in, and he's been showing that he's been running well. I think they're going to do a lot of running in this game against Houston. So I don't really see how much points he's going to get. I know he's going to probably have about maybe 50 to 60 yards rushing. But I'm looking at Antonio Brown matchup compared to Elijah Mitchell usage, because he's definitely going to be split in time with
and it's
Jeff Wilson.
Sorry, Jose. But it's a PPR league. Like that just gives Antonio Brown the advantage right there as it's been a PPR league.
Right, I definitely agree. PPR definitely gives Antonio a leg up. Consider that Brady will pepper him underneath all day long if necessary. All right, I got another question in the chat from John Nelson. Need two full PPR lead, and it's DJ Moore, Brandon Ayuk, or Russell Gage. In terms of, let you take this one first.
Okay, hold on, let me make my screen big again.
This the quintessential one got to go.
DJ Moore. DJ Moore got to go. I ain't been looking at his numbers, but who was the quarterback?
I mean, Russell Gage been pretty decent the last 4 weeks. I know, last 3 weeks. He got 4 catches, 39 last week, but 8 for 91 with a touchdown against the Niners. It got to be between Gage and probably Ayuk, right? So you said one got to
We
go.
need 2, so you just gotta get rid of one.
Get rid of one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see something real quick. I think I'm going with Gage and Ayuk. Let me fact check Terrence real quick though on DJ Moore.
Who's Carolina? Who's Carolina playing? Saints?
What you fact checking?
Nah, you said that quarterback, right? Who's the quarterback playing? Who's playing today?
Oh, I don't know. It don't matter who it is. It's all bumpy back there.
I don't know though. DJ Moore's been more consistent though, yo. Like, I might have to take that back, yo. I might have to go with Moore and Ayuk, yo.
He got busy more. So his last 2 games, Moore's had 5 for 55, 6 for 48, and 6 for 84. Those are his last 3 games.
And if you go to the one before that, he was 4 for 103. So no matter who his quarterback is, he's been kind of good. He's been at least, keeping you afloat. I'll take that back. I go with Moore and Brandon Ayuk, yo, because of matchups. Ayuk.
All right, so we got one Gene with Moore, Ayuk, and Terrence going with Russell Gage and Ayuk.
So basically, he's saying DJ Moore is going to do better than Russell Gage.
Yep. That's the question right there between Moore and Gage. So what pick Jose between DJ Moore and Russell Gage?
I'm gonna go.
Would you drop Ayuk?
You know he ain't dropping.
No, I'm not dropping Ayuk.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not dropping Ayuk. I'm going
even
Ayuk
with Trey Lance back there.
Yeah, no, I'm going Ayuk and Moore.
This Gene's week. Trey Lance show out and show and prove.
Yeah, man. I try to pick him back up and see Gene pick him.
Did you drop him and pick him back up? Did you pick him back up?
I thought like 2 weeks ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago.
I could have swore he was in the what's the name on the waiver. Then I saw that you had like maybe you kept him on, on the whole time.
Fight this
guy.
All
right, John had another question. Full PPR tight end, Goddard or Frymouth? You take that one, Jose.
You know what? Honestly, I would go Ayuk, Goddard, and Frymouth.
No, this is just the tight end spot. Goddard or Frymouth. Yeah.
He said 3. He said 3 out. I'm thinking he has a flex.
No, this is just for a tight end spot. This is a different question.
Yeah, but it's the same guy, so I'm gonna go with Goddard.
To the question.
Yeah, he was just saying his whole. I get what Jose was saying. He was saying his whole lineup and then adding Goddard with the people he said earlier.
Yeah, if he had a flex, I don't know who's his flex.
Well, y'all know I've been on Goddard all the last 2-3 weeks, so I
like Frymouth, but I think Goddard against Washington.
John
right now.
says Gage plays the Bills. Does that make any difference?
Washington play the Bills?
No, Russell Gage plays the Bills.
Yeah, it makes it different because it's snowing up there. So I'm thinking it's gonna be hold up, no. Yeah, it's snowing.
Yeah, it's snowing up there. They playing the Bills.
For receivers, it's kind of good to run on snow, even though it's kind of slippery, but you kind of have better traction. Like you said, it's better traction on snow than
it's harder
rain.
on the cornerbacks.
Yeah.
Than it is on the receivers.
Right, because they know where they're going. But I'm still rocking with Goddard though.
You know what? I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna go Gage. I'm gonna go Gage and DJ Moore. I mean Gage and Ayuk. I'm going Gage and Ayuk.
So you changed the last question? You ain't
I'm going Gage and Ayuk.
Goddard.
And I'm going Goddard. Reason why I changed the Gage. Reason why I changed the Gage? I just remember that Buffalo secondary is not that strong anymore, and then Buffalo hasn't been playing a good defense as of lately. So that's why I changed it. And it's snowing, so I'm thinking that they're gonna be playing catch up.
All right, let's take one more.
So everybody went Goddard.
Yeah, everybody went Goddard on this one.
That's a clean sweep. So James, were you able to get AJ?
No, I'm efforting, man. I text, call, they still knocked out, I guess. So we'll see what happens or not.
All
We
right.
can end it.
We'll take it. Oh man, I think you got another Niners fan with Chris in the chat. Jose talking about Trey Lance is going to have an awesome day. Just watch.
Yeah, he is. I see him go. I see him going off. I put him on a lot of my
or passing.
I put him on a lot of my lineups, on a lot of my fantasy lineups, dailies.
All right, let's take one more. While we can. All right, Chris Groves. He says, "How do you see Justin Jefferson doing with Manning at quarterback playing at Frozen Lambeau? Because what's name is out. Quarterback from Minnesota's out, so they got a backup in this week. So we'll let Terrence take this one first. You see Justin Jefferson still having a.
I don't know who that is. The quarterback.
I thought the quarterback was somebody else. I didn't think it was Manning. Manning played for Giants, right?
Who they got playing starting this week for?
No, it is Manning. Sean Manning.
Who is Manning? He what year is he, a rookie or?
No, he's not a rookie. I thought Mood was playing. That's what I thought. He's the rookie.
No, okay. Yeah,
I'm surprised. I thought they would start the rookie.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a chance on this, and I'm gonna say Justin Jefferson still produces. Not normal Justin Jefferson numbers, but you still want to start him. So they got a good coach over there, so I'm sure he's probably prepared. So I'm saying start Justin Jefferson if you got him.
All right, just to give you an idea of what his production or his projection is at this point in time. And half PPR is 15.4 points. So would you go over or under that terms?
Yeah, I mean,
I wouldn't start him.
I mean, my thing is,
you got to start him.
I'm starting him. I mean, I would say if I had to say over or under, it could be under, but even if it's 12, I'm not gonna bench him. So I say start him, but it may be under. Maybe under 12 points. So, but I'm still starting.
I think they're gonna rely on the run game.
Jen, you going over under 15.4 points
for Justin Jefferson?
Yeah.
Man, like pretty deep.
Lambeau Field.
I know, but Thielen is out, right? So somebody got to get the ball.
And they're gonna be down. Right.
I'm going over. I'm going over. I mean, I can see it definitely being a disaster, like the quarterback going for 110, 9 to 25. You know what I mean? But the way the football is played now, man, he gonna get like 3 passes, but like behind the line of scrimmage. So if you're in a PPR, that's 3 points right there. I'm going over.
Yeah, I mean, Justin Jefferson is a beast.
I'm going under.
So we got 200.
Lay on his own.
But we don't know the dude's other options too, though.
Oh, well, that's why our special guests are getting ready, yo. They're getting there.
I mean, you got what's the name coming back? Jair Alexander. He's coming back. You playing Lambeau in December? I mean, in January. I don't know. I'm going under. I think he's going to be at that number or below.
It's like this. This is, to me, Kirk Cousins ain't all that. Anybody can step in and throw the ball to Justin Jefferson.
I think I got to take. I might have to agree with you on that one. Like they might have had one of the blow up days, like he, Kirk Cousins known to have some from time to time when he's not expected to, but they can at least operate the offense.
Man, y'all gonna stop under appreciating Kirk Cousins in here, y'all DC people, man.
Hey, I said under.
Start treating Kirk Cousins like he Steve Pillow or something, yo.
I said under because I'm looking at this quarterback. that whole organization right now is iffy. I mean, I'm thinking they're gonna be running the ball like crazy, doing a lot of screens, a lot of short passes.
Who? Minnesota?
Yep,
I need
I
Minnesota to
don't think they're
win.
gonna have the option to do that.
I
that's
need my, I need my
Because
boys to get
Devontae
that
Adams
number one
about to
seed.
drop 35 points.
Yeah, he is. Too bad I don't have. Too bad the league I had him and I ain't make the playoffs, so it don't matter much. Yeah. So Jay, you said our special guest is getting prepared. So they got the link.
Yeah. Check in
Okay.
any minute. I mean, they were getting up. They probably got to get themselves together. So give them about 10 more minutes.
All right.
They should be.
In fact, that's how I'm gonna do my DFS this week. I'm just gonna
What's
look
that?
and see who got the most people on the COVID list to play the other team.
Right. Like it worked last week.
That's what happened
with
last
Baltimore.
week. I mean, it was Cincinnati and it was Dallas.
Did we ever talk about that?
I know. Why did I bring that up?
Hey, look, remember, he was missing. Hey, G, he was missing.
Did we talk about that?
he was ready to get on this.
Man, he was ready to tear y'all. He was ready to tear y'all up.
I just want to go back to them. I just want to go back to the August podcast. Yo, when I was getting stoned, yo. I was like this. Stop, please. I wasn't letting up.
It was COVID.
I was trying to make sense.
That's it. What we gonna do? We can't fight COVID.
Look, man.
Y'all happy about that? Y'all happy
I'm not
about
gonna
that?
go back to that 24-0 first half of the other week that y'all thought that the second half was the real half. Clearly, the first half was the real half. You know what I'm saying? But we're not gonna go into all that, man. I mean, what can you do but keep winning? You keep winning, you keep blowing them out.
Moderator, be in control of this podcast.
I don't believe. I'll tell you right now. I don't believe in Dallas.
Oh, look, see what I'm saying, Rodney? This is just nonsense, yo.
I don't believe in Dallas. I don't believe in who's the other team? Buffalo.
What is there not to believe in, yo?
I'm just saying nobody believes that y'all like gonna do anything in the playoffs.
Look, before we get to that,
life's about
Dallas
the journey.
No, I said before we get into the Dallas hate, let's finish a couple games first. Miami versus Tennessee. Tennessee favored by 3.5. The over-under is only 40 points.
I like this. I like Waldo in this game.
Yo, I didn't know that Tua's brother played for Maryland.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So who they play in the bowl game? They actually won a bowl game.
Virginia Tech.
Yeah,
they beat Virginia Tech.
It was similar to the Cowboys Washington score. It was like
oh Lord.
Sad to put it in there.
I'm sorry. What was the game we supposed to be talking about?
Miami. So this
Miami and Tennessee.
Miami and Tennessee. So the let's see. Yeah, so we got Tua starting for Miami. They've been run heavy. They've been real run heavy lately. So he hasn't been getting the same production. He's been having previous few previous games, but since Tua has been he's averaged 15.3 points in his last 5 games. So that's kind of like middle of the road, bottom half of the league. Then you got Ryan Tannehill, who, interesting enough, has AJ Brown back, who had a blow up game last week. So let's see. He's been iffy without any TD runs. He's only had 2 multiple TD games all season from Ryan Tannehill. Looks like Duke Johnson is getting. Let's see. It says
I can't trust the running backs because it'll be Gaskin one day, it'll be Lindsey
right. That's what I'm looking
day,
at to see. It says
and then Johnson another day.
Because like I said last week, all 3 running backs got touches. Each playing about 1/3 the snaps in Monday night against New Orleans. So I don't think you trust any of that. What about Deontay Foreman, running back for Tennessee? I like him, but they're playing against a pretty decent pretty decent Miami team this week. So it may be tough. It may be tough sledding for him, especially considering he shares backfield snaps with McNichols and Hilliard. Jalen Waddles, I think somebody mentioned him. Over the last 4 games, his point totals or his stats are 36 receptions, 384 yards, 2 touchdowns on 42 targets. Wow. And he had three rushing attempts for 48 yards, which is in a full point PPR, he's averaging 23.1 points a game. So, what do you guys think about Waddle? We actually got a question about him in the chat too. We can kind of talk about him in this particular vein as well, in terms of what do you think his value is next year? In terms of where he'd be going? You think he'll be drafted as a wide receiver 1 next year?
Yeah, I think so.
Late second round, mid second round next year. Pick, if that, maybe early third.
Definitely, definitely in the top 25 wide receivers.
Who's better than him?
Other than Jefferson, Devontae Adams, Cooper Kupp.
I think he would be top 10.
Is he? Would he draft him before? Trying to think of a good comparison.
Chase.
Yeah,
I would draft him. I would draft him before Chase.
What about
Higgins?
I was gonna say Higgins or Deontay Johnson.
We don't know who the quarterback gonna be for Pittsburgh.
So good point. All right, here's another one. Hunter Renfrow.
Because he's not.
I'm taking Waddle over Renfrow.
I'm taking Waddle over him, even though I still will pick him up. Like, he's a sleeper, not a sleeper, but like he's a mid-round receiver that you can pick up that can give you a starting quality.
All right. What about Tyler Lockett? I guess that would depend on what.
I would pick a Waddle. I'll pick a Waddle before Lockett. I don't even know if Russell Wilson gonna be there next year.
That's true. Yeah, that's another quarterback in question.
You got backstage, right? FYI.
Dude, oh, you know what? The joint went down to the bottom. All right, man. So, look, man, this is what we've been waiting on. I think we all been waiting on this.
Let's go, AJ.
We got a lot.
I'm coming for you.
A lot to discuss. All right, man. But without further ado,
okay, yes,
Gene. Since you're responsible for this madness, why don't you go ahead and introduce our esteemed guest?
This is the awesome, great AJ Speed, the greatest 9-year-old fantasy drafter of all time. What's going on, AJ? Can you hear us?
Yes.
Oh, all right. They want AJ. They over here hating on y'all because you and your mother done, put together an awesome fantasy team, yo. So they wanted to have you on so that they could hate on you personally. So we'll see. So go ahead. I'm gonna let them ask you some questions. I'm gonna let y'all take it over, yo. So look, that's Terrence. That's Rodney right there.
AKA Mr. Rodney.
Rejected his trade.
Rejected his trade.
Man, we've been waiting on this, man. What's going on, AJ? How you doing, man? Good. All right. So look, I think this is the question everybody want to know. Who's making the moves on your fantasy team? Is it you calling the shots, or is mom calling the shots? I need to know. I need to know who rejected my trade.
My mom said to say me and mom.
That's your mom. Manage your mom.
Don't give her no credit if she don't deserve any, man. Now is not the time to be modest. You
we already know how she picks her players.
Right.
Who's the cutest?
I did pick some people because they were cute.
Yo, he did the draft though.
I mean, going back to the. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'm just going back. I had to go back to the awesome draft that AJ did. Picked up Cooper Kupp 4th round.
Don't know your
Amazing.
idea.
Cooper Cup, 4th round. Good gracious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I passed on Cooper Cup. I think I might have picked up.
Was that the what's name pick? Was that the that wasn't the what's name pick, was it? Who'd you pick in 4th
I
round
remember that
again?
pick because I remember he picked them when we was yelling.
Oh yeah, that was me. I got Corey Davis in the 4th.
So that show you the level of competition you was playing against
Right.
AJ.
But even better than that, Debo Samuel in the
Yeah, I
7th
like.
round.
Yep.
You picked Debo.
I picked him.
Yeah, I really wanted to get Debo, but you got him before me. Great pickup on Debo.
What made you pick up Debo Samuel?
Style of play.
I don't even remember why I picked him up.
Just intuition.
He's the best player at that time in August. You know?
Okay.
Right.
I mean, you was able to avoid some duds too. Got Chris Carson in the 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't seem to have an impact. You sitting in 1st place.
He got Cooper Cup.
So,
let's ask him some fantasy questions, yo. So,
oh yeah.
So y'all 2 weeks away, AJ, from winning the championship, man. How do you feel about how do you feel about y'all chances?
Wait, you talking about the Cardinals or the fantasy team?
Oh, the fantasy team.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I got you early. Go ahead.
I think we have the potential.
Yeah, the potential to win.
Wow.
I mean, you definitely got the potential. You've been in 1st place all season.
This is what everybody want to know, man. If you guys win the championship, what you gonna do with the money? That's what we want to know.
I'm probably gonna save it.
Save it.
So this guy's a genius.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm
going to invest in it.
So look,
Bitcoin.
Yeah, double my money.
Man. AJ, man, my baby need clothes. My wife needs shoes. I mean, help a brother out. You don't want to keep all that money to yourself, do you?
Why are you looking at me?
Look.
He's looking at his manager. He's looking at his manager, making sure.
You don't want to keep all that money.
He over here looking at me. Mama going shopping. I don't know about him.
He's looking at mom. He's looking at mom manager.
He's gonna take my money, but
right.
Camera.
Oh man, hey look, AJ, look, blink twice if you need help.
Yeah, right.
Tell mom leave you alone. Let you have your money. Do what you want with it. If you want to save it, you can save
I said I'm saving it.
hold on. Ask him the question that you
I got a question to ask.
Go ahead. Who's your biggest hater, AJ?
I'm not the biggest hater.
No,
you motivate me. I came from the bottom. You motivated me to the top. I'm coming to you. I'm coming for you. That's my goal. But my question is what do you do to get your starting lineup? Like, what do you think about when you're doing your starting lineup? Because this is what everybody wants to know.
I think about who's gonna get more points.
Good answer.
It's simple.
Yeah, keep it simple. You know what I mean?
There you go. Who's the better player? So look, if you could play one tight end, Goddard or Gronk, who would you play if you could only play one?
That's a hard one because every week if I started Gronk one week, then Goddard would get a lot more, and then if I started Goddard another week, Gronk would get a lot more. So it's like it's kind of hard. Man. So I'm probably gonna say Gronk now.
Oh, really? Okay.
You go with Gronk. Okay. Look, since he the number one player in our league, let's have him answer a question in the chat.
Okay.
So AJ, look, there's a guy, John Nelson. He wants to know: would you play Dak or Huntley, the backup quarterback for the Ravens who's starting this week?
Wait, would I play Dak or Huntley?
Yep.
For like this week?
This week, yep.
Dak, because he's probably going to destroy my Cardinals anyway.
Oh, yeah, he's the Cardinals fan, by the way.
Cardinals fan, okay.
Oh my goodness, in the West.
He's going with that.
So you're going with Dak, huh? Anybody want to dispute the champ at the moment?
Nah, that's a good
I
one.
can't say nothing to the champ.
No.
What am I gonna say to the champ?
That's a good one.
Huntley
in
going
10th
against
place.
Rams.
Yeah, you gotta go
Yeah.
back.
The Rams got a better defense.
Yeah, I'm going back.
Although Huntley has displayed the ability to run the football, which is a pleasant surprise.
That's
That may
true.
give him a nice floor, AJ. If Huntley can run the football.
Dak actually pulled that thing down a couple of times against the Washington football team last week, as Terrence already know. As Terrence seen. Hey Terrence, what quarter did you turn the game off in?
No. Look, we got a guest on the podcast. So okay, let's focus on that.
So AJ, when you were drafting, were you calling all the draft picks, all the shots on it when your team was drafting, or did Mom chime in as well?
Like I did draft most of the players, but she chimed in on the ones, the so-called cute ones.
So-called keepers.
So she's probably responsible for David Johnson pickup.
Alabama. That was
right. Naheem Hines, she probably picked them up.
I actually, if I would have known that Jonathan Taylor would be starting for the Colts, I probably wouldn't have picked up Hines. But if I thought he was starting for the Colts, so I picked him up. Then.
Oh, so look, we got the one blemish in this whole fantasy.
If
season.
you had Jonathan Taylor, it'd already be over.
I know, right? I'm glad you made that mistake.
Right.
It'd be over.
So here's another question, AJ. Do you play in just one league, or do you have multiple fantasy teams?
I've played fantasy before. Yeah, I've played it with like two other people, and we like each year, or like every time the season would end, I would like select a player, or I would keep selecting players from each position, and then and then we got our points.
So, but for this year, is this the only AJ Lawson team? Is this the only fantasy team you have this year, or do you have another fantasy team that you're?
That's the only one I've had this year and last year.
Okay.
So what'd you finish with last year?
Wait,
what ranking? What ranking did you finish? Did you finish like first, second, third?
You played with another team. You played another fantasy team last year. He's talking about 2021, since we're technically in 2022.
Oh,
okay.
Wait.
You didn't play another. You didn't have another thing like this last year, right?
Ish.
Oh.
I played.
Yeah, I think they did. Like, I think him and the friend, they did like something that was like non-official, but they didn't do like a whole full league thing.
Oh, okay.
So thanks for making me feel worse. So he come off the street and get ready to win the whole pot.
Right.
The whole championship, yo.
Oh man.
Y'all got a 10:30 visitor, right?
Yes.
AJ? Did they come in yet?
No, they're not here yet.
All right, just FYI.
So all right. Look, before we let you go, AJ, I just got one more question. Then I let the rest of the guys get their shots off. How come you rejected my trade, man? I don't understand that.
That's
Roll the tape. Roll the tape.
Wait.
Roll
Wait.
it.
What trade are you talking about?
Don't worry.
What trade
we'll rehash it for you.
It was Patrick Mahomes, right? And
Damian Williams.
I'm trying to give you the top quarterback in the league.
He said, I don't want Williams.
He said, Jenny, no one of my players.
Damian Williams, he said, you know.
I do know him, but honestly, I'm not a big fan of Patrick Mahomes, so I never have been. And I don't think he's doing that much this year as he did last year or the year before the last.
Man, you drive a hard bargain, man. You're a tough negotiator. Let's see. I'm trying to see if I can find.
So you're a Cardinals fan, right?
Yeah, because I'm from Arizona.
Okay. So why you don't have anybody from the Cardinals on your team?
Oh, that I don't even know. I probably because all the Cardinals players that were good were already taken.
Good answer.
Okay.
Good answer. That's a good answer.
Plus, I decided the fantasy team is not all about your own favorite players. It's about
Look at this guy.
drafting
This
to get
guy
points.
is way ahead of his time.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Cool,
Good
y'all.
answer. Good answer.
It's cool though.
Good answer.
Oh man.
Who picked up Kyler Murray anyway? Oh, who would you pick up on your team if you had him?
I would have picked him up. I also probably would have picked up what's his name? I already forgot his DeAndre Hopkins, but I can't.
So after the season, right? Since they had a good season this year and a good record, going into next year, out of the players in Arizona, who would you pick? Who did you like on your team right now?
They got a couple players. I mean, I do like Kyler. I like Hopkins. We also had James Conner,
Mm-hmm.
and our offensive line is good, and our defense is good. Oh, I like Chandler Jones, and our whole defensive line is pretty good also.
And you just picked up a tight end, Zach Ertz. What do you think about Zach Ertz?
Oh yeah, I forgot that. Wait. Oh yeah, I forgot. I like Zach Ertz.
So look, since you like Arizona players, AJ, look, I got a deal for you. Since you rejected my trade, I'm gonna drop. We passed the trade deadline, so I'm gonna drop James Conner, and you drop Cooper Kupp, and you can pick up James Conner, and I pick up Cooper Kupp in the free agency.
What?
He's gonna drop James Conner.
Mm-hmm.
He had to talk to his manager first.
Why you gotta run it by her?
I just wanted his
He's gonna do what?
and he wants us to drop.
Nothing. I ain't gonna do anything. Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
He wants to drop Cooper Kupp.
Leave it alone. The deal
It's too early for this foolishness.
Look, all right. Look, let's go back to exhibit 1. I think you put AJ up to this turn. I know you had something to do with this. Hold on a second. Let's see if we can.
Hey, Mr. Rodney, I just wanted to tell you that I declined the trade only because Patrick Mahomes, I believe he hasn't been doing that great here. And whoever that person that's named D, that running back on the Chiefs or whatever, I don't even know who he is. And then T. Higgins, who I just say because I don't know what he's capable of. And I just declined your trade. Sorry, but better luck next time.
Better luck next time, sir.
Good
That's
shot.
terrible.
You gave him Higgins?
It was a respectful decline, yo.
Man, you hear all the giggles in the back? His mom put him up there. Yeah.
Better luck next time.
Yeah.
Better luck next time.
Respectfully.
I'm done with this guy.
I got one last question.
All right.
Will the Cardinals win the Super Bowl?
Probably not. I don't like to talk about the Super Bowl in the Cardinals.
you don't want to jinx it?
Yeah, because of what happened 12 years ago. I don't like to talk about that.
Were you born 12?
Nope.
No, I was born.
They got YouTube, yo.
Oh man, it still hurt. Look, that's how you know you're a fan. It still hurt. That's like we talking about. It's like oh man, that's like we talking about the Washington losing Super Bowl in like the 70s.
Yo, I was in the car last night. Yo, talking about them. I was in the car last night with I was with like a coasting AJ. I was in the car last night with Coach, and he 10 Ebony's son, Rodney, and their whole conversation is about stuff that happened before they were born in football. But they got so much information and so much video, and it looks current, right? Because we would have had to watch something from NFL films on TV from 1960s.
That's the only way we knew it.
Their stuff it looks so current that Cole was talking to me about stuff that happened before he was born, like it was recent.
Like it happened 2 weeks ago.
Oh, I
he
see.
was talking about Deion. He was talking about Deion and them, and he was like, "Nah, Deion's better because this, and this, and my team lost a Super Bowl like in 2004." And he was explaining this stuff before he was born. I was like, yo, but you weren't even born. But he has such a he has a recollection of it like it happened yesterday, yo. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Man, that's like me being upset that Sammy Ball lost the Super Bowl. Like, you know what happened to Sammy Ball?
Yo, it's
Still upset
crazy.
about that.
It's crazy. But yeah, the Cardinals. So anyway, AJ, we see y'all this evening. The Cowboys
Right.
against the Cardinals.
Hey, I don't like to talk about that, okay?
Listen,
At least last year we didn't lose to you guys.
True.
AJ, I see the Cardinals. I'm going with the Cardinals over Dallas on this game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I got them going over.
I want the Cardinals to beat the brakes off of
beat the brakes.
I got my Cardinals shirt.
I got them going over. I see a Kirk going off in this game. Christian Kirk going off in this game. I see Zach Ertz going off in this game.
I see got Hopkins.
I see Dak not really playing as good.
Yeah.
Well, I also see Diggs balling out against Kirk because I don't think Kirk could handle a guy like that.
No. Like,
look, even he's
gonna go against AJ Green
in his assessment.
Wait, what?
Look, AJ, you get better perspective than some of these Washington fans when you're assessing the game. Look, you should, AJ, if you guys win a championship, I want you to take some of your money and buy Mr. Gene a Cardinals hat or a t-shirt, Cardinals t-shirt. He needs some new football stuff.
Yep.
I don't need one. I'm good. I'm good. Keep rocking my Zeke joint.
Mm-hmm. He needs some new football wear. His Cowboy stuff is old.
Yeah.
There's only one thing I hope about the Cardinals that we don't do today.
What's that?
I hope that Mr. AJ Green does not not pay attention to the pass and the ball gets intercepted like it has 2 times already.
AJ Green. That's why he's a former shell of himself.
That's why he needs to be cut.
Yeah.
I think you can go off in this game.
You think so, Jose?
Yeah.
Jose, you've been down the Cowboys all year, man. Every week.
I've been down the Cowboys. I've been calling
out
Rondale Moore for this whole season. I've been saying Rondale Moore. I've been saying Christian
He's
Kirk.
out. Moore is out.
I know. I said I've been repping him for this whole season.
Oh, well, see, look, he even know who in and who out. You know what I mean? He don't even need Rodney.
I know. Look, we should have him come on and do the player. What's his name? Player status, because that shows up was out of it.
Right, be up there early. Jose, you've been wrong 11 times this year. You've been right 4. You know what I'm saying? When it came to the Cowboys, I'm just letting you know.
So AJ, look,
where you at? Where you at the league? Where you at the league? Huh?
Oh, he don't pull the league card. Oh, he don't.
What's my level? I'm almost on platinum again.
So AJ, just so you know who everyone is. So Jose, Mr. Jose, his Sleeper King Jose, he is the Eno Knights IDP. That's his team.
Oh, I'll show you.
Eno Knights IDP. Mr. Terrence, his team is Corey Davis, 4th round equals winning, right?
First of all, I don't get the Chris Davis thing.
Oh, you know what that is?
Yeah.
That's him drafting Corey Davis and that Cooper Cup.
Exactly. Yeah. I wasn't paying attention. I was talking to these guys on the podcast, and they didn't tell me that the time that was my pick. They purposely held me in the conversation, and I was distracted. And Corey Davis, I had him in my whatever list that is where it picks. And that was the person who I had starred, who I had checked, and they drafted him in the 4th round. And I saw it popped. I said, "Who would draft Corey Davis in the 4th round?" I was like, "Oh, it was me."
So
accident.
Basically, the difference between a champion and a loser is that he picked Corey Davis, you pick Cooper Cup. There you have it.
Yep.
Right. That's true. I can't say that about that. You're right.
So I mentioned all their team names because you can see that they haven't been doing that great this year. We haven't. I'm hoping. I want to wish you luck. I hope you score 50 points today. And
that's my catch.
No more than no more than 50 points, right? That way I have a chance of coming back.
We'll see about that.
You sound so confident. We'll see.
I know, right?
We'll see.
Let me go ahead and make some fancy moves real quick. Just wave a while. Since somebody hating on my transactions.
Right. All right, yo. AJ, we're going to some movies later, right?
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on, AJ.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, man.
Be here by 11:30.
Hey, man. Thanks for coming in, man. And just know if you win the championship, I'm not having you back on. So just know that. So you might want to lose. You might want to bench some of your best players if you want to get back.
Better
on.
luck next time.
See, there we go. All right, get them all. Get them all.
You there? Copyright that.
Yeah. All right, man. See you, buddy.
You thought I hit.
I have no idea.
See?
You gotta hit the leave studio at the bottom. Leave studio.
No, I'm gonna kick him out.
There you go. Yo, and it took a minute to get warmed up. He fresh out the bed, yo.
Look, it's an option to ban from the studio.
Damn, that joke
Be
is
my
like
team
real
name next year. Better luck next time.
Yo, all jokes aside, maybe I should say this off the air, yo. But that joker is a genius, yo. Like he be like, yo. But the thing with genius kids is he's so literal. So when you say stuff like 2000, last year, he'll go to 3 days ago. He like Rain Man, yo. He'll be it's literal. He'll be literally 2021, not last season or something. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's good to see, man. Good to see kids being educated and just
he's
developing well.
Yeah, he's a good kid. He don't even want to watch a movie. He'd rather read a book. That's crazy.
All right, man. So I think we pretty much wrap up. We got a couple more joints to touch on, and we can wrap this thing up.
Oh man, what we gonna do?
We have 121 here because it's gonna be too long. All right, man. Let's see. My computer's not gonna let me be great today. Oh, let's touch on this Philadelphia Eagles Washington game.
Who's quarterbacking? Is it going to be Heineken?
It says it says Heineke will start this week, but Washington head coach said the backup Kyle Allen will likely get some playing time too. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Who goes into a game thinking that you're gonna play two different quarterbacks? No, so that doesn't bode well. Eagles favor by 3.5, and the over-under is 44.5 points. I definitely think he's starting Jalen Hurts this week. They got him at his DraftKings at 6,000, which isn't bad. Let's see.
I like Patterson.
Washington, you like Patterson? Yeah.
Yeah. I like him this week.
I see you picked him up real quick, Mr. Rodney.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It'd be illegal to make moves while we on.
Listen, I went to go check. I was like, hold on, let me make a move real quick.
I did not make moves while on the podcast. So I can either confirm or deny that transaction.
Be against the rules.
Man, I gotta take AJ out, man. I can't do it. I can't take it. That voicemail message just got me all stirred up again.
Hey, I see how I kept it, right? I see how I kept it. He used that joke for motivation.
Better luck next time.
Every day he wake up, he play that voicemail.
So we got,
and then look, yo, like an all great comedians, he came back full circle and he ended the joint with "Better luck next time" with a laugh.
So look, so Gardner got the same matchup that he torched a couple weeks ago, back in week 15. So I guess it bodes well for him this week. I'm not sure. What you guys thoughts on McLaurin? And not just like rest of the season, but like for next year, considering
It all depends on the quarterback, man.
Depends on the quarterback, man. Like
Yeah,
he
it all
just
depends on the
And if he
quarterback.
playing
he
digs or not.
talented.
Yeah, man.
Shut him down.
Listen, man, I'm telling you, look, I like Dallas. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm not a Dallas hater for real. I really do like players off of Dallas, and I do like how that defense is just attacking, but they're not consistent. Like this year is just like they're like almost like San Fran. They're consistent one year, and then another year they go down. Then a year after they go up. Then a year. I mean,
that's true. But we're in this year though right now, Jose. And this year they're consistent.
Yeah,
Next year,
but we were talking about next year, right?
Oh,
we were talking about McLaurin next year, and then you
Oh,
said
you're
you
right.
you wanted to go ahead and put a little side bit about
Yo,
Diggs.
you're right. I'm just
You
saying,
know,
Jose
it's
and
Diggs.
No, Diggs is a beast, man.
Yeah, he is,
You're
man.
right, Diggs.
That
And the
dude-
only reason why he gives up so many, like if you watch the yardage that he gives up, like you know how they talk about he's giving up the most yards in the league, it always happens in non-meaningful times of a game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why, like, you know, when they say that, like, if you watch the Washington game, or if you watch the games, you never see him getting beat. But then they go to these soft coverages, just like in that Washington game in the second half, and they'll give up a lot of yards. So when they say that,
or if they had somebody over top of him covering, the dude on top messes up. Yeah.
Like
listen,
you know,
Diggs is a good
safety
corner.
last week. Like the bomb that we caught the bomb the other week with the safety was right over top of him. Yeah, and he just let it go. Yeah, so it's just, you know, you got to take that stuff with a grain of salt. But
no, he's a good corner, man. I watched him play, and he matches up with number one corners very well, and he stays on top of their shoulders. Like I like him as a corner. I would pick him. I would have him anytime.
Yeah, and you can't shut anyone down anymore. And just like so, real fast, I'm gonna jump off this with corners. I heard it was someone talking about a lockdown corner shutdown. It was Michael Irvin. And Michael Irvin said something I never thought about. He was like, yo, you have to understand, like, Michael Irvin said, I probably didn't catch 3 passes behind the line of scrimmage all season. Like, literally, he was serious. He was like, they catch 3 passes a game behind the line of scrimmage. Like, you can't take a receiver out of the game. Like, now he was like, they'll send them in motion.
Yeah.
And then they'll do, like, a drag with them. You know what I mean? Like, you can't touch them. You can't grab them. They do flare screen. Like, you can't take anybody out of a game anymore as one player, yo. It just can't happen.
I agree with that. It's made for the offense.
Yeah. But now when you look at the stats, man, if you look at Michael Irvin and them stats, yo, they wouldn't even be in the Hall of Fame now. Jokers would be like, yo, he got 780 catches. You know what I mean? Like, they'll be like, yo, that's terrible. But, you know, all they catches came 8-9 yards down the field or more. They ain't catch 2-3 yard passes.
That's why when they talk about stats now, you definitely got to qualify them stats when it comes to receivers. Like the numbers are so far outpaced right now than what with receivers. Just basically, I would say even the early 2000s and late 90s, it's been changed since that point in terms of receiver play. Like the way they officiate games, the way the offenses are called now. It's the same game, but it's just played totally different from a receiver perspective. Like Jose, it made me think after we finished playing, right? You remember how little we threw at Frostburg.
Yeah.
The year after, and that's when I started coaching. Coach Day decided over the offense, everybody was getting past. Average like 8 or 9 targets a game. I was like,
quarterback was Grant, right? Wasn't it quarterback Grant?
So I was throwing the ball all over the place. All over the place, man. I only I can do is watch and shake my head.
And nowadays it's all about passing. Like every team runs a read option or
let me ask
you got a spread type offense,
Yo, let me ask y'all a real question real fast. And it's like, so it's an intellectual question about football and basketball, about what we're just talking about right now, right? Because a lot of old heads counting us, like people our age and up, they act like their era is better, right? But So I believe, and I'll get y'all take on this. I believe that everything evolves, and even if the rules aren't changed, that the way they play football now is better. Meaning that if you took an offense today and put it at 95, I think they would destroy. They would run through the league, yo. Right? Because it's a better way to play. The same way, even though I hate the NBA now,
Hold up. You say what? If you take a what?
if you just took like average NFL offense now, the way they play, and put them against the like 95 Cowboys or the 94 Niners, right? And Dion and them, and you just play the game, I think the average team today will run through the team in them days.
What's the rules though? Is the rules
exactly that's
from
That's what I'm
95?
saying. And I'm gonna get to
Because
this.
you playing
I don't
95
think the
rules, these quarterbacks
They be hitting.
lit
That's
up.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I
no.
don't think the rules. I don't think the rules would matter as much in one game. Maybe
Yes,
over
it
a long
does.
season, the quarterback could get hurt. But because I believe that the spread and the way that they play in space, I don't think that the game would have been evolved enough to be able to stop them, yo.
No, you don't understand. So, like, remember, you could hit downfield. It's not no 5-yard check after 5 yards. There's no bumping. You can bump all the way down the line. You can get hit doing a cross. A
used to get
post.
dogs. We used to get
Quarterbacks
dogs.
can get hit without no issues, without
Look,
no
if the
penalties.
ball wasn't released, it was fair
Spearing,
game.
cowboy collar.
Look, if the quarterback still had the ball, they can do whatever they want. Look at that, just
Yeah,
throwing you around. He's the dog.
I agree, yo, but I still feel like when you spread people out and you put them in space, I think that'll negate some of the hand checking and grabbing and holding too. You know what I mean? I think if you try to jam a slot receiver like a Tariq Hill off the line, you know, I just think he'll just and he'll just.
But he would be going against like Dion. He like you gotta look at Dion can check him. And you can basically jam him and basically kind of hold him. It was pertaining to the defense
right
in that era. Like he get hit one good time. That's like you can't just go and do a fade or do a little post and just think that you're not gonna get hit, even though the ball's not coming your way. You know,
that's like look. Do you remember when Odell Beckham got hit coming across the middle and like it basically was like he needed to be kicked out of the game? Like Oh, look, I put it this way. I remember every year at football camp start, it would be somebody that showed up, and when we was in shorts and and
Half-pad hero.
Man, they come out that joint, they catch everything. They looking pretty. They everything, they can't be stopped. They spinning around. Man, as soon as we go full pass, and then all this stuff, next y'all hitting is. Man, snap. The arms get short. Man, that's going to be a different ball game. So they run as fast.
That's true. That's true because I was just talking to Chris at a car last night, and we were talking about like I was telling him like, yo, have you guys noticed that when we were young kids, all the highlights were big hits, and now they basically erased Ronnie Lott and Steve Atwater and them career achievements out of from TV. Like you don't even see Steve Atwater. Like you don't even hear about Ronnie Lott anymore.
We had a Hammer Award at school at Frostburg.
Yeah.
Like every week we had a Hammer Award. The goal was to get the biggest hit in the game.
Yeah.
And you get a chance to carry around get your name on the sledgehammer for that week. I think Coach Sweet will get fired if he was giving a Hammer Award nowadays.
We used to call it taking souls. You got a little mark on your helmet from hitting people. It doesn't want you hitting in the head no more. And we used to call it taking souls. If you had the other team colors all over your helmet.
Yeah.
If you seen somebody on the opposing team and his helmet was one base color, but all these other different colors on that joint.
Yeah, you go
like, homie on that joint, killing dude.
Yeah.
Watch out for him.
I'm gonna give you one example, right? So okay. So how the time changed, there's no more, cowboy collar tackles, right? You get penalties for that. Back then, there was no penalties. Like people get torn ACL. Like Jerry Rice had his torn ACL from Warren Snap. I mean,
joint. He did TO.
Yeah. So just from that age, just from them changing that rule, you now have longevity. You got players that can play a little bit longer because of the, you're not really getting hit that hard. Like even players out nowadays, you got a quarterback going and playing what? until 44.
Oh yeah, no. Quarterback.
You know what I'm saying?
Man.
So the longevity of the change is it just open up. I heard Steve Young said, "Man, if I was playing this era, you know how many yards? Just put players back in our era playing now who was stars back then. Crazy. Like put a T.O., put a Michael Irvin, put a Art Monk, Ricky Sanders. You know, it would be just crazy. It would be just lighting up. It just be ridiculous. So the time changes, and you can just look at just ourselves when we played in high school and college. You know, going across the middle.
Was the play receiver back then. Desmond Howard was the Heisman Trophy winner. Kane of Washington couldn't get off the line and was basically almost regulated out of the league.
Yeah, you're right. Yo, he'll probably be a good player now. He'll probably be great.
And they say that his biggest issue, he couldn't get off the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Right.
That's like he would be Tariq Hill right now, yo, a little dude that could just run real fast. Yo.
That's like Peter Ward.
That sounded like it was the wrap it up music.
Yeah.
My bad, fella.
Right. I thought I was looking for Dave Chappelle to come on with the box.
Wrap it up.
I went to YouTube and it actually had our podcast on already. I didn't mean to do that. I was looking for. I don't know if you remember that Steve Young run where he was scrambling, and then I think his helmet came off at a certain point in time.
Yeah.
Man, and
I got one quick.
He played back when they tried to kill a quarterback.
Yeah, I know, right? He got concussions off of that. Hey, one quick question, right? So I got this lineup, and I'm really confident about this lineup, but I want y'all opinion about this lineup, right? So I got Trey Lance as a quarterback. This is my DFS. For DraftKings, I got Michael Carter as a running back, John Taylor, Berrios, Deontay Harris, Cooper Kupp, Foster Monroe, T. Higgins, and Patriots defense.
I like Patriots defense. They're going to score 30 points this week.
Yeah, that's what I think.
But I like I think Damian Harris will go off though.
Deontay Harris?
Nah, the running back from
yeah. No, I got the running backs I got was Michael Carter from Jets and Jonathan Taylor.
Why you like Michael Carter versus Tampa Bay?
I just think they're going to be able to run on their defense. Their running defense is not that bad. You know, it's not strong enough, and I think he's like the focal point of that offense right now. He does a lot of catching and running. Plus his price range on his on where I can get him from too. But I was able to get Cooper Kupp, Jonathan Taylor, and Higgins, which is the top three that I think is going to do good this week, and then be able to fit in some mediocre potential.
But wasn't it you who just said Kansas City defense was pretty good?
No, I never said that.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, I didn't say that.
Kansas City defense
feel like
pretty
you might
good.
be chasing points on that. I feel like you're chasing points a little bit. Or with Higgins.
With Higgins?
But yeah.
All right.
But
I get you. Would you play Sonny Michel for him?
Yeah, I would say we got Turner.
Yeah, I like Sonny Michel.
So.
All right. I'm good. Thanks, man.
All right, fellas, man. It's been real, man. And we had a special office. So look, next week we can get together and thinking about doing like some fancy awards, like who the biggest worst draft pick. I think Corey Davis might be the.
We can't count that. That was a glitch. That was a glitch.
Who had some other awards, but I think it's something, and let you guys know beforehand. And we just do DFS lineups. All right, fellas. All right. I told y'all, man. Later.
All right.
All right.
Everyone have a good day and good luck.
Oh, good luck finishing second.